Yes. It's that Friday feeling. Yes, we are back. Oh, yes. Just when you think there was no longer that Friday feeling, he's back in the place. Yes, we've had a bit of a 2-week miss. If you're watching this about 3-10 years down the road, don't worry about it. It's all good. So what we're doing today, yes, we're going back to the Tony Night House. Harrier, yes we are. Today could be an interesting one, yes. So keep your eyes peeled because later on, yes, we've got some more. Yes, I know, more tips. Well, a little tip. But it's a good tip, so keep your eyes peeled. Anyway, let's get to it. And we did start this the other day when my Mac decided to die. Excuse me. All about the lasers. Oh, yes. Now, what we're doing, Chris, well, we need to do the back towel section, or the horizontal, the horizontal and vertical stabs. So you've got the rudder, which is not really a rudder, but it's a rudder, and of course the ailerons at the back there. Now, first things first, I need to get this all square. So with the middle here, so you can see there. So when I was just zapping that right over in the corner there, that is centre of the plane on the jig again. And also here, which I've just, you can see zapping out there, which is kind of there. That is also the centre. So I've got the centre line all the way, and then the centre line goes all the way down the back. So let's turn on some lights. And hey presto, there's some lights. Now, the trouble is, I have rounded this back over. So if you are building your own Harrier, I would say mark this out before you start rounding, because you can see I've rounded off one side or the other. At the back, she's straight. So it's obviously where I've just been sort of sanding. I've sanded down one either side, but I know for a fact that this is this laser bit here is going all the way along that drawing. Mark that there. And then mark it at the top, but it is centre of that, so I could go off the centre where the two parts of the balsa have met and draw that line. But that is lasers. This is got to be straight. So if I just draw now a line here along the edge, close to the edge, make sure I'm going along that line. I am going along that line. I am. Draw a nice line there, because it goes all the way to the back. There you go. And that is my rudder, or will be my rudder. Alrighty then, so if you've got the CNC pack, you'll find that you've got 3 different parts that form the tail section. What you could do, I mean, if you ever wanted to, I suppose you could make a rudder. It's not a problem, but me, I'm just going to keep it as it is, as it was intended without a rudder. So what I've done before is put them on the ground, make sure they're all in line, squish them together, tape them, and make sure that I'm going to get a nice straight, put some glue in here, and then whack it down. So let's glue that, and then we can offer it up to the fuselage. Yes, and we're back to the overhead cam. Yes, as you can see, I have cut a little sliver, a little hole, a little gap, whatever you like to call it. I did a measurement either side of the centre for the vertical stabilizer or fin, or whatever you like to call it, and then sliced the hole out. As you can see, it's a bit I was filing this side and the file went up and stabbed it, so, but I'm not too worried about that. That'll be covered anyway by the fin. And here she is, all lovely jubbly. She is a bit wibbly wobbly. Now these little marks here where I stuck it and I put weights on it, and I didn't realise it had some ooze, some glues. I do like that word, ooze. Yes, had some glue ooze, but don't worry about that. That's all sanded down and we're happy dappy. So I'm just going to stick the fin in, which should fit. I mean, I did try it before, so I know it does. I did cheat. There you go. She's all square, as you can see, and she's kind of. It looks a bit weird this side, but it's not. It is square. It's just with the camera, where the camera position is not directly over the top. Yes, we've got a bit of frontage cam and a bit of overheadage cam. That just needs zooming in just a bit more, basically. I don't know. Anyway, so if you have brought the CNC pack, you will get a cutout for all this, sort of the elevators. So this is the horizontal stabilizers, and of course the elevators that go onto them. Now this has got an anhedral, not a dihedral, an anhedral. An anhedral, if you don't know, which I'm sure you do, points down, where a dihedral points up. And there's another one that I forget the name. Sorry, Mr. Heckles, I know you told me about anhedral and dihedral. It's probably an andihedral, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, so These come with lovely little slits, which are fantastic. Now there is a on the diagram, which is not to hand on the drawings. There is the it does show you the diagonal of the anhedral, which is good because you need to kind of like sand the sides so it's. I don't know if you can see that. You probably won't. Can you just see that? Just slightly chamfered because these need to go like that. Yes. Well, anyway, don't worry about the fan noises. Fan noises. Oh God, it's a Friday. Anyway, so he comes with this little stick. It's not a stick. It's a dihedral brace. As Mr. Heggles would say, dihedral. We might put that in if I can find the video. Lovely bloke. Haven't seen him for a while. The weather's been so weird. It really has in the UK. It's almost April. Wow. Crazy. 2025. Anyway, this brace sits in the little slot. And as you can see, I went a bit too mad again. I don't know what it is with me and sanding. You know, I try to be so gentle and suddenly go, yes, so there you go. That's the kind of oh, shaky. There is the anhedral. Slightly, I'll need to. There it is. It's not bad anyway, and this will fit in to the sides. Now, the best thing to do that I've been told by Colin is to build it and then slide it through. Now it does say, if we go to the it does say that here and here, which you can't see, which are the gaps basically, so they kind of fit in there like that, and then they go dihedral, is to sand them at the kind of like almost the angle of the dangle of the dihedral brace. Yes, the brace, impact. So anyway, back to the front cap. Oh, we go. Right, so that's fine, but first of all what I need to do is to what do I need to do? I don't know. I need to put some hinges, that's the word, hinges, into the aircraft, because it's going to be a lot easier to do it. It's going to be a lot easier to do it now than when it's on the bird. And then once I have done the slots and bits and pieces, I can then just round off these edges, because they will need to sort of like, you know, go up and down and bits and pieces. Now the best way to do this, that I think anyway, so let's have a bit of a mix match. The best way to do this that I know, so I've basically, if you can see, if we can get in focus, probably won't be able to see, probably best with the iPhone game, but anyway, if you can see the lines here, now that is that's basically where it says on the plans to do them, and then I've copied it on the other side, so they're a match. Now I like using the Dubro Hinge slotting kit. Now normally you use the Hinge slotting kit when you've got what should we say, here we go, here is the ailerons. Here's the ailerons that I'm building, that I forgot to build. I haven't done any video of it because they're just ailerons really. So when you use this, you can use the slotter and then you can go right through like so and then pick it out, and it gives you a lovely slot for the hinge. Now many people, like master builders, like as I'm always mentioning, will do it by freehand. I like using this little tool. Now let's have a look at the iPhone game, because it's probably a bit better. Maybe there you go. So this is the little tool. Now in the set, you get different centers, different widths, sorry, for different hinges. Now what I've done, I've marked the center. So when I look through the gap, so if I just put it in, so it's really cool. This, I think it's brilliant. I like it. I use it with all my hinges. That just clamps. So what you've got to remember is that the surface that you're doing, which would be that way, this is that one. The surface you're doing is that it should get center anyway, but I always try to make sure that I get the Dubro sort of slide into the right. Probably doesn't matter. But then you hook it down like that, and then what I do is I find my little pencil line, and then I line it up where I've marked it. What I did is I cut it with a, you're not going to see it, you're not going to see it at all on here, but anyway, I can't even see it, but well, there's no hope for any of us. There's a slice there I put on with a knife, and then I just put a bit of pencil in it, so it's shiny. Shiny! And then I get that in line, like so. Hold it really tight. And then I use this little cutter thing here. Not a cutter, it's a, I don't know what it's called, a gouger. Hopefully that's the right size. Is that the right size? Have I got the wrong size? No. There you go. And then what I do is I push it in without trying to break it, which I just did. This is what happens when you do things on video. Once I've done the end, I then use my Stanley knife, not Stanley knife, my cutty blade, and slice down it. It's kind of hard to do it on video, to be honest, and try and show it at the same time. But this is just for so I know the width of how it's got to be. You can go in a bit more if you want to, but it's pointless. You don't need to. In fact, I think that's the edge that doesn't get sanded. It's okay, I'm telling you. There is other ways you could do it. Obviously, you could get a pencil line if you're really clever. Get the middle and go all the way down, and then just cut the way like you do. I'm probably overcomplicating things, but I love my little Dubro thing. I like it. My hinge slotter. Okay, so we're back, and I've put the the hinges in, as you can see. They're not glued in at the moment, but that's where the hinges are. I did round off one on this side, as you can just about see. And then we've got a little hinges here. Now I did mark the center point. Now we're not going to glue this side because I need to glue these together, and then it will fit into this hole because it won't fit in with these. I mean, I can put it in one side, I guess. So what I tend to do anyway. I mean, there's on here. Sorry. Oh, I don't know, Chris. Come on. Yeah. So I learnt this from Mark Croucher. Yes, another tip that when you've done your line is to do a small drill hole in each of the points. The reason is so then you've these ones here that don't have you get some that have been cut on here on the hinges, is that this allows you to get glue down inside, so it holds better. Gosh, what's going on? So right, I've got some Vaseline. Oh, hello. I've got some Vaseline here. And just using that just to put it across the centre line to try and help it not glue it, basically. So otherwise you're not gonna bend much, are you? With the old elevators. Yeah, you're not gonna go much there. So that will be like so. And then with using my line that I've got, I'll just put it in up to that point, and then then I've got my little hole there. So just put that straight to the unit. So I've got my little extension that you can get cheap as chips. There is a name for them, and I apologise I've forgotten, but they're just I don't know, CA tubes or something. So I can put that tube in, make sure, I'm just running out, make sure it's coming out to the edge, which it is. Just go in that little hole there, and then feed it some, not too much. Like I'm leaking there. I have got a new one actually that I brought the other day from George from Formax, which is different. But if I stick that in there, that's hopefully going to be whooshing around. Oh, that's leaking, that is. That's not good. But this one has. That's not going anywhere. And then I'll put some more unk later on. Let's see if this one's done it. Get it a chance to dry, Chris. Yep, that's done. That's solid. That's solid. Right, good. Okay, so we've stuck everything together with the anhedral. Get that right, Chris. Anhedral. I did make a few boo-boos, but we're not going to go into them in a second. We'll go into them. So here we go. So look, I might have to zoom out a bit. There we go. Zoom out a bit. So the best way to do this, apparently, is to slide this in. Now I haven't done this yet. I've waited. I thought, no, let's do it live, and if I make a boo-boo, there we go. Oh, hello. And then in the middle, it goes there. Oh, wow. Like so. And then you can put, we'll talk about that in a minute. Always me, eh? And then this should slot in the bottom. Just push that forward a bit, make sure that's all good. Like so. I think we should bit of iCam footage. What do you think? All right then, on the info floating cam. There you go. There she is. Now the anhedral does all. I'm dinging on my other phone. It just, the anhedral looks good. Obviously, I've got See if I can go around the back. Here we go. The other one hasn't got the elevator on there at the moment, but we'll go into my little boo-boos. But yeah, so there she is, and she's got to have the bits and pieces on the back, but you know, slowly, catch a monkey. I know, you're saying what boo-boos? Well, boo-boo 1. I'm sorry. Where I was measuring the little lines on the elevators, you know, I'd done it basically, so I'd done them together. Hang on, let's just do about that. Hang on, just look at the screen. Like so. But as you can see, enough of that laughing. I put them on the wrong side. So that's okay. I've now got a rounded edge. So I'm just going to round this edge. I'm sure it's fine. Maybe. I mean, if this flies, it'd be amazing. So I can only apologise to Mr. Tony No Health. So anyway, so I've got to make some more holes, so it should look like that. That was boo-boo 1. Boo-boo 2, if you remember, I okay, that's sort of. I've got the tickles. Okay. I'm sorry, I'm wasting video. Stop it, Chris. Stop it. Okay. Okay. I've got to stop looking at this because every time it makes me laugh. Right, oh dear. Right, so where you got the anhedral, I chamfered the edges of the elevators, so then when it all goes up the anhedral brace, they would stick together. When I stuck the anhedral brace in one side, I stuck it the wrong way round. So I got a bit of a gap there. It's kind of down there. Oh, boo-boos. Well, yes, that was a bit of a giggly wiggly. I was doing so well, and but you know, it's all good. But the whole point, the whole point of me using that little gizmo to put the hinges in is so you get a nice straight. Because when I first started playing about with it, I used to get the lines wrong, and then you'd end up with a wonky elevator. As I said before, if this Harrier flies at all, it's going to be a miracle. So that's got to be coming up close. I'm going to carry on playing about, putting the hinges in the correct place, filling in stuff where it should be filled in, and then hopefully when I put the anhedral elevator and the rudder assembly, the vertical stabilizer, then I've got to measure to make sure I've got enough dihedral. Once that is correct and I know that it's great, I'm just going to shove a load of glue and everything else in it so it stays there and doesn't disappear. It doesn't fall off in the air. Don't say that, please. So that is the tail assembly basically done. I've got a 20mm round dowel that's shaped on the dome on the end, cut, and I've got to put that in the end. I haven't got any 20mm round dowel. I could try and make it out of a block and then sand it down, possibility. As you saw, I'm making the ailerons. Just building them. That is basically, I've got to sand that down, but that is, you could put the servo horn goes on there, so that's a bit of wood to secure that, bit of timber, a bit of balsa wood, that's what I'm trying to say, to get them going. And then I must admit, the reason that's held me off the wings is I haven't got the wood that goes on the front, so then you need to round it off. It doesn't fit, and I keep forgetting to get it, so I've got to sort that out. And then we'll cut out the servo hatches. I've got the timber for that, and then yeah, and then we'll just probably whack the wings together, stick it on. I've got a small backing piece to do. So we are so close now. We are so close. It's getting there, absolutely getting there. And I've got next week, I've got 3, not 1, not 2, but 3 tips. Oh yes, 3 tips. So make sure you tune in again next week. Anyway, that is it for today. So if you can get outside, then get out and have some fun. If the weather is there, get out while you can. If not, get in the hangar, have some fun, make some boo-boos, have a tickle laugh, and even the dog saying agreeing, yes, get out, have some fun, get in, have some fun. But if you do, be safe, but keep safe, but spread the word, about Dad's RC Hangar, and of course this wonderful, wonderful hobby, radio control. Listen, have a great weekend and have a great week ahead, and if you're watching it at some random day, month or year, have fun. See you now, thanks for popping by. Ta-da.